What if the shooter was part of a larger conspiracy? The question itself opens a door into unsettling possibilities that move far beyond the narrative of a lone attacker acting out of personal anger, frustration, or ideology. If a shooter is not just an isolated figure but rather a participant in something larger, it shifts the entire framework of analysis from individual responsibility to systemic orchestration. Conspiracies imply planning, coordination, influence, and secrecy, often driven by hidden motives that the public may not easily detect. This raises the possibility that the act of violence was not spontaneous but carefully designed, perhaps intended to achieve political leverage, to silence certain voices, or to instill fear in a population at a strategic time. The shooter may be only the visible tip of the iceberg, while beneath the surface lies a network of handlers, financiers, ideologues, or even state actors manipulating events for their own ends. Such a scenario forces us to reconsider questions of motive, evidence, and accountability, since the perpetrator's actions may not have stemmed purely from personal belief but from being influenced, guided, or pressured by forces beyond their control. History is filled with examples where acts of violence, assassinations, or terror attacks later revealed possible connections to shadowy groups, intelligence agencies, or underground networks that benefited in unexpected ways. If this event falls into that category, then the real danger is not the shooter himself, but the architects behind the curtain who remain untouched, hidden, and capable of orchestrating further incidents when it suits their goals. The conspiracy angle raises profound questions about manipulation of public opinion. Was the attack intended to provoke chaos, to justify new laws, to polarize communities, or to distract from another unfolding event? If so, the shooter becomes less of a criminal mastermind and more of a pawn, perhaps willing, perhaps coerced, in a game of power where ordinary people pay the price. Thinking of it this way also highlights the role of misinformation and media framing. If the shooter is portrayed as a lone wolf, it can close off deeper investigation and pacify the public into thinking the threat has ended with one arrest or one death. But if there is a network, a backer, or a guiding hand, then the problem remains active, and the cycle of violence may repeat. This introduces fear not only of another attack but of institutional failure. Did authorities know more than they revealed? Were warning signs deliberately ignored? Could someone within the system have enabled the act for political or financial reasons? Each of these questions undermines public trust and suggests that the surface narrative may be an intentional cover. The shooter's personal history, finances, contacts, and even online activity would all need to be scrutinized for traces of influence, support, or coordination that point to some